All right, so we got this Harley Sportster motor here. This is, it's brought in from a shop. It's supposed to be cleaned up. It looks like it's got, I guess, some original paint. It looks like they're aluminum heads and cylinders. And these side covers, you can see like the flaking over here. I'm pretty sure this is all clear anodized. You can see it's kind of flaking off. I guess that's pretty common on these, on the side covers. They're, like semi-polished aluminum, and then they have a clear coat of, or clear anodize on there. Same with the heads. I'm guessing, I don't know how many miles this motor has on it, but this looks pretty typical. I'll turn this thing around, show the other side. We got it all plugged up here. This is where the starter goes in. Now this bolt, we had to bolt something on here, flat washer, a little hot glue behind there to seal that up. Expansion plugs. Got the intake all plugged up as well, exhaust. And there's a whole bunch of, I'm guessing, oil lines, breather lines. Everything is all plugged up. We got the, I guess that's the oil pump down there. Just like a regular plug with a zip tie on there to hold it in a little bit better. But yeah, I'll just give a quick look around of this thing before it gets vapor blasted. And, hopefully this thing comes out pretty good. Like, it's pretty heavy. So this is, a little difficult moving this thing around, but we take our time with it and it'll get there. Just giving a quick look around everything. Everything's plugged up. Triple check it. Got some oil was coming out of there during its transportation. The oil is all drained, obviously, out of the crankcase, but there's always some residual that's coming out. Usually put a little hot glue around these rubber seals. Got some more openings here. Plugs are in there super tight. Even little things like this, you gotta always triple check this. Even check that the spark plugs are on there tight. You never know, sometimes people leave some parts loose, so I like to just go once over everything and make sure it's all good. But yeah, I probably spend about an hour prepping and making sure that everything is all sealed up properly before it goes in there. And again, we do just like take our time, do like a light blasting so it's not going to blow through anything. Obviously where the paint is, we'll have to go a little harder on the cylinders. But yeah, I'll check back in. We'll get this thing all finished prepping it, put it in there. Yeah, this thing is about 175 pounds, I believe. So it's quite the workout getting stuff like this done. And these wires are still all connected, so we'll tuck them away somewhere so they don't get damaged. All right, we'll check back in. All right, so here's the motor all finished up with the vapor blasting. I think this one actually came out really nice. We also had this cover here by the sprocket. Try to get in there as good as I can. And I'd say that's definitely good enough. This paint was really tough on these heads and cylinders. It was that crinkle paint. It came off easier than the previous parts that I did from Harley Davidson with that crinkle paint, but good thing it came off because it's very hard to get the nozzle in there and blast all that stuff off. You kind of start to lose pressure. And this is some sort of like stainless or chrome oil filter. These push rod housings or whatever, those are, relatively clean. Definitely looks good enough here. And I just removed, this had the little number 5. I removed that. It had black paint on it, so I took that off separate just so I'm not blasting at the crevices and everything, just to minimize risk of anything getting in. But yeah, plugs all held up really well. This expansion plug's in there really good. No oil was coming out while I was blasting it or anything, so that's a good sign that it was all sealed up. I'll pull all the plugs out, and before I give it back. But yeah, I pulled them out before, intake exhaust plugs. No media gets inside there, so just confirm that it's all good and clear. I'll flip this thing around, get a little video of the other side. But yeah, it definitely looks very nice. Whole lot better than before. All right, here it is, the other side. This side was a little bit easier. I didn't have those push rods in the way. Getting in all those fins and everything. Looks like I got all that paint. The anodize is removed, and the pitting on these side covers is pretty smoothed out. It looks all uniform now, at least. So yeah, I thought this was something new to just post on the channel. This was actually the first Harley Davidson motor that I did that was assembled, so I figured I'd just post this out there. This one came out pretty nice. And yeah, if you wanted to reach out, if you want anything vapor blasted, you could always mail parts in. Something like this would be, this was dropped off in person, so you know, anything, I mean, assembled motors like dirt bike engines, you know, single cylinder 2-strokes, I've had those come in the mail. So it's pretty reasonable. Use UPS ground, it gets here. If you wanted to check out the website, njvaporblast.com, all my information is over there. You could just reach out and you could send your stuff on its way. If you'd like to, you know, get some parts blasted, whether it's just, you know, maybe the top end or something of one of these Sportsters, that will work as well. But again, just giving a quick look over on this thing. Try to get on all the nooks and crannies that I could. All right, thanks for watching.